This is Outer Brief. Global events clearly explained. Black rain is now being reported in parts of Iran, but to understand what this really means, you have to look beyond the visuals, because this is not just a strange weather event. This is a signal of something much deeper. Let's break this down. In recent weeks, sustained strikes on oil facilities, refineries, and fuel storage infrastructure have released massive volumes of smoke into the lower atmosphere. Now, under normal conditions, much of this pollution would disperse. But here's where geography and physics come in. In regions like Iran, certain atmospheric conditions can trap these particles close to the ground, so instead of dispersing, they accumulate, mix with moisture, and eventually return to the surface as contaminated rainfall. This is what people are calling black rain. Now, historically, the term black rain is associated with nuclear fallout, like after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but that comparison can be misleading, because what we are seeing here is not radioactive. It is chemical, a mix of soot, hydrocarbons, and toxic compounds released from burning oil infrastructure. Now, understand the implication of this. This type of exposure doesn't create immediate headlines, but over time it can affect respiratory health, increase cancer risk, and degrade environmental quality. And that's where this becomes a long-term problem, because this is not a single event. If the conflict continues, if infrastructure keeps burning, then this cycle becomes repeatable, which means you're not looking at temporary damage. You're looking at environmental stress that can last for years. Now zoom out. This is where the bigger insight lies. Modern warfare is no longer limited to immediate destruction. It increasingly creates lingering environmental consequences, effects that don't end when the conflict ends, but continue to shape public health, agriculture, and economic stability, and in regions already dependent on external resources. This adds another layer of vulnerability. Now, to be clear, there is no confirmed radioactive disaster here, but that doesn't make the situation safe, because the real risk is not always immediate, it's cumulative. And right now, that cumulative impact is already beginning. I'll keep tracking this, because stories like this don't peak suddenly, they unfold slowly.